Dude, I'm not trying to have another episode where I shit in someone's yard. I just like, we're not walking.
You shit wherever it happens. So do
I'm
dogs.
honestly scared to go on a
and
walk.
you didn't even clean up your shit. At least these people are cleaning
There was
up
no
their dog
cleaning up
shit.
it was spray shit all over some bush. There was no solid shit to clean up.
And welcome back to Give It To Me Straight. I'm Alex.
And I'm John.
And I'm still pregnant.
And we're your gracious, pregnant,
Gracious.
gracious hosts. I almost said, give it to you straight.
Oh, well, we are, technically.
Give it to me straight, It's like, give it to me.
Give it to me straight. I'll give it to you straight, John.
Ooh.
Your sleeve is rolled up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's not going down. It's because your muscles are too big.
Stop. You're a beautiful lady, and I love you. What's new? What's up? What's going on? Give me the 411.
I don't know. Again, still here. Still have a baby inside of me, but I, probably will for the next few weeks.
I don't know where we are. Like episode
pre-recording.
Pre-recorded.
Well, I know.
You're pregnant? Are we not? Are you pregnant? Are we not?
We're
are
like
you not?
pre-recording this like about a month in advance. So hopefully I have a baby by now. But like current state is still got to pee all the time still. But I'm at the end, so it's really like she can come at any time. We're just giving you the real life update. Like when we went to the OB the other day, she was like, "Have your bags packed because
I was like, what bags?
What bags? Like."
We live close enough. I'll just drive back and forth to the hospital.
I know it's a hospital bag, but like we really should, because she was like, you could go into any appointment and we might send you to the hospital.
All these people, even the guys are like, this is what you need essentials when you get, shut the fuck up. Just go bring a pillow, sit
God
there.
forbid people want to be prepared,
Yeah,
John.
but you're just stressing everyone out. The guy's like, make sure you bring this with you and this with you and this with you.
Mister, you or your mom, you pack literally so far before a trip. I'm surprised that you actually haven't packed both of our hospital bags. I'm surprised.
I just like.
Because I know that you'll get there and you'll be like, I should have, I should have done this. I should have gotten that.
Brought what? Shorts to sleep in and a pillow. What else do I need? I'm not going to bring food with me. I'll just go get us food.
The annoying thing is by the time this episode comes out, like it will be too late for anyone's recommendations.
I'm gonna talk so much shit, and then afterwards, I'm gonna be like, wow, yeah. I should have brought stuff with me.
I know. We're going to come back in October, and I can't wait to hear what...
I know. Our lively advice.
Well, I can't wait to give the updates, but let's pretend like we're in current day. So
okay, we're pretending.
It is still September. It's getting into spooky season. I'm still so excited. Speaking of...
Alex already made me put out... bring the decorations out from under the stairs.
Well, that's what I was going to say, too, is because I'm pre-planning, I know that future me is not going to want to decorate for the fall because I'm just going to be probably tired. Who knows? Maybe I would be interested in just like getting shit together if she's like taking a nap or something.
We really are like planning for the future. We're doing really well at that. Even like yesterday, for example, we were going to go get food. And we both knew, we had so much stuff to shoot.
Go out to eat.
Because we wanted a hamburger. I want a hamburger now.
I know.
I didn't eat yet. Anyways, we were going to go get lunch. And I knew if we went to go eat, and Alex knew too.
Day is done.
You put that carb in me, I'm on the couch.
Sleepy time.
You really got to not eat that much if you want to work. Like right now, I'm cranked out on coffee.
I wouldn't say it's eat that much. It's eat quality food. Like if you want to have a...
No. I'll pass. Because I'll eat a lot and I'll just go sleep.
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 I'll get you an owlette sock.
That's why I'm fasting. If I fast in the morning, like look at me, I'm like I'm like this, baby.
I know.
The minute I eat, don't talk to me, leave me alone.
I'm so tired. Like I'm doing the most.
You are. You're doing the Lord's work.
That's I think the hardest part of this for us is because we're cramming in so much work in these last few weeks. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I want to be getting pampered. Feed me grapes.
Lay by the pool.
I want to lay by the pool and drink mocktails, but
the pool still wasted us. It's like at the end of the day, and Alex like, you want to go in the pool? I'm like, no. During the day, I want to go in the pool. I don't want to go in the pool when it's like dark out.
Not dark out, but like the sun is setting. It's nice. It's the end of the day wind down.
Yeah, but I'm
not going to be able to use the pool after I give birth for weeks. So like I won't be able to use it until next year.
I think we still just fill the pool and be done with it.
You don't actually believe that because when you're
we don't use it that often. We use it a little bit.
You enjoy it.
It's a whole to do. Then I have more laundry.
Like it.
Then I got the towels and our swim trunks.
There is a lot of towels. That's annoying.
And unfortunately, that's what I think. When we see the pool, I see money pit. I still don't have a pool cover.
That's actually a good question to ask people because it's like you don't wash your bath towel every time after you take a shower, right? Like you get a few uses out of it. And I get that. Like you come out clean, you use it. But pool towels, we wash them every time. And
people probably leave their pool towels out, but like where would we leave it out? Up by the gate out there?
I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, do people wash their pool towels every time or their beach towels?
Does chlorine affect the pool towels?
I'm thinking it's more like because you have sunscreen and like you put it in dirt.
You know why? It's because you're showering every day. It's consistently. Pool, you're like, maybe I won't use it for another week. Might as well wash the towel.
Maybe.
You know.
Who knows? We've been washing all the towels. But yeah, you're right. It does create a lot of laundry. But you know what we're going to be doing a lot of lately is going to be laundry, John. So...
Been cleaning all the baby clothes. That's another thing. Shout out to your mom. Your mom has helped us out a lot.
A lot.
Because the whole clutter thing, it affects both of us, but stresses Alex out to where it makes her like,
I can't do anything.
Can't do anything else.
If I don't have a clean space, I'm like, I have no creative thoughts that are entering my brain right now. Like I can't get things done. It affects my whole mood, which probably isn't a good thing because I know moving forward, like we're not going to have much control over
we're gonna be
the
chaos.
Cleanliness of our space. Yeah. But we're going to do our best.
I don't know. I'll be on top of it.
That's true.
I'm pretty on top of like, I hate clutter too. But when it came to the nursery, I'm like, I don't know. Clutter I could do. Nursery, I'm like, where do you want this stuff?
It's still just a lot. And I saw this video the other day where it was like things that I wish I did or knew before actually having my baby. And she talks about learning how to use everything before they actually come. And I'm like, I just see all of this technology or like even just bottles, things that aren't like technological.
People used to poop babies out in caves and next to a fire. Like, do we need all this shit?
But life was harder then, you know? People died all the time.
What did I say the other day? I'm like, with all this technology in the nursery, I feel like we're going to be walking into an MRI machine. Like, you better wear a lead fucking vest so you don't get radioactive poisoning.
It is excessive.
But we do need to learn how to use it all.
Yeah. Again,
the apps.
Well, speaking of how things used to be done, my mom has been helping us with the nursery, which has been such a huge help. But she brought over my baby book from when I was born. And she was like, oh my God, like this is for you. I'm handing this down to you. Like you can enjoy it and have it. And I'm like, oh, this is so sweet. I'm looking through the photos. And again, like there's more technology these days. There's more things more knowledge that people know. But looking at my baby photos, me in my crib, my mom has me smothered in blankets with these baby bumpers. Not only am I smothered in blankets, the photos that I have that she put in there are literally my face covered.
She's got a blanket. It's like all I see is Alex's forehead.
It's my face is smushed against the bumper, these like fabric bumpers that they had in the crib. I'm like already suffocating. No wonder I have breathing problems. Meanwhile, there's me and you like setting up 18 different cameras just to make sure that she stays alive.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, you'll be fine. Survival of the fittest. She was dying
Struggle,
laughing.
I know.
Yeah.
The favorite photos I saw of Alex were she was like this in one, eyes rolling back, and then the next photo immediately asleep.
Milk drunk. And that's what I do when I'm drunk today also. Well, not currently in my current state, but
never again.
That's how I sleep.
I'm like,
anyway.
oh, she's crusting over.
My mom said I slept all the time. So hopefully
I hope her daughter sleeps.
Yeah.
I hope she takes your sleep.
We'll find out.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't sleep. So
we'll see. Anyway, how's your week been, John?
My week. You know, anytime I think I'm like having a good day, I'm like, oh, this is good. Whatever. Where was I going? I was driving. I was going down the driveway to go pick up something for you or whatever. I put on my driveway.
So this is my fault.
No. But I looked to the left and down my driveway, I looked to the left and a woman had to be 2 feet from my face and her German Shepherd's taking a shit in our in our tulips or whatever next to the mailbox. There's so many other places your dog could take a shit, and I'm fine. But I have like a whole strip of grass. Have your dog take a shit on the grass. Don't go in the flower beds and take a shit.
The only reason why I'm like, I can understand is because sometimes Kobe will do the same thing and
I pull him away, but you need to. I'm so more aware of other people's respect their lawn.
You know when Kobe's about to shit because you watch his butthole like a hawk. You go, oh, he's cut.
You just know he's pacing.
I know, but for me, I'm
You've had the dog for fucking 11 years
on a podcast. So I'm walking and I'm letting Kobe sniff, do his thing.
You have both your ear pods in when you're walking. That's not safe. One ear pod.
You could come on walks with me and keep me company.
Dude, I'm not trying to have another episode where I shit in someone's yard. I just we're not walking.
You shit wherever it happens. So do
I'm
dogs.
honestly scared to go on a walk.
And you didn't even clean up your shit. At least these people are cleaning up their dog shit.
It was spray shit all over some bush. There was no solid shit to clean up.
Imagine someone came down their driveway and they were like, there's this man spray shitting on my lawn.
The difference is, this was my face. How horrified. Like, I would feel so bad for that person. I would understand that. This dog wasn't struggling, okay? If I saw a person sweating in pain and uncomfortable and embarrassed, I'd be like, bro, I get it. Shit in the bush. I get it.
I don't know. I think if you actually saw someone shitting in our bushes, you would lose your mind.
Is it a crackhead or is it a normal person? A normal person, I get, because it's not like they intentionally had to go shit. Well, they intentionally had to shit, but they didn't have a choice.
I don't know. I think that you would still have something to say about it.
I was mortified. I thought something was wrong with me. I'm like, I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
Thank God the sun was setting.
Oh, thank
God.
But it makes me think, you want to go on a walk? I'm like, is there a bathroom?
So you're just going to let me and your daughter and Kobe go? She's going to be shitting. Kobe's going to be shitting. Like, you can't always.
I know. This is when we're going to go on walks. In the morning, after I drink my coffee, boom, 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 then we go on a walk. I'm not doing any after dinner walks. Do you see those videos where, remember that woman's like, you got to go on a walk after and
get
fart?
Your farts out.
It won't be a fart.
Yours are sharts.
Oh, yeah. No, not
your
after
late
dinner.
Night shart sesh.
When my body is purged, that's when we walk. So I guess we're going on my schedule.
Forget about what our kid wants. It's all up to you.
I mean, do you want to have an enjoyable walk or an entertaining walk?
Well, anyway, I think that it's okay as long as you clean up your dog's shit. I think it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
No, not fine. It's just annoying.
Obviously, there's ideal places that you would prefer your dog to take a dump, but just
there's
like
a plethora of places.
Just like you, sometimes it's an emergency sitch, and you just gotta shit where your feet are.
There is a strip of grass right there.
If it was a German Shepherd, he's pulling her. He's heavy. I don't know. Before we continue our episode, let's take a minute to thank our sponsors. You know what I've been dreaming about almost as much as sleeping through the night again?
What?
Getting back to my wardrobe, which is true. Like, that, I actually have been really looking forward to that. After months of wearing clothes for the bump, I'm so ready to spice things up with real outfits again. And honestly, what better way to ease back into them with accessories that instantly elevate your look? And that is where Vivrel comes in. Vivrel is the members only club that gives you access to borrow designer handbags, jewelry, watches, and even diamonds. Think of it like a dream closet stocked with your favorite designers like Hermes, Fendi, Saint Laurent, Dior, and yes, the bags are just as incredible as they sound. Here's what I love is that there are no return dates, none. You can swap pieces once a month or keep them as long as you'd like. And if you fall in love, you can even buy them for less than anywhere else. Now is the perfect time to join because they're adding millions of dollars worth of inventory to the closet weekly. And Vivrel just gave me the highest discount code that they offer. Sign up today at Vivrel.com and use code STRAIGHT to get 50% off your first month of membership.
50% off!
That is Vivrelle.com, code STRAIGHT for 50% off your first month. And yes, that code also skips the wait list. So if you're like me and ready to swap out the diaper bag for Dior or just use both of them together, now's your chance.
And this episode is also sponsored by Wayfair. You know, as much as I love summer, I have to admit, I'm ready for the change.
Same.
The leaves are starting to turn, the air is getting crisp, and it just feels like the perfect time to refresh the home and get back into the routine that actually feels grounding. And Wayfair has been such a lifesaver during this chaotic season of life. Unlike Alex, I don't love to wander through furniture stores or wait weeks for delivery. But with Wayfair, we can refresh any room in my home with just a few clicks. Our home, not my home.
Right.
It's our home.
Thanks, Jon.
Free delivery, even on the big stuff, means no giant shipping fees, no hassle. New bedding, throw blankets, and even a dining setup that makes weeknight dinners feel like a little event again. Honestly, it's made me excited to slow down, enjoy family dinners, and actually look forward to spending time inside. Wayfair's selection is huge, so whether you're looking for storage solutions, new cookware, or even a fresh rug, like the one we can't stop talking about.
No, we're obsessed with
Talking
it.
about the one we just put in the living room? Love that one. They've got it all in one place and options for any budget. So as the leaves are changing, let your home change with it. Get organized, refresh, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Jon
Wayfair.
is a great speller.
Every style, every home. This episode is also sponsored by Branch Basics. As summer winds down and I'm getting back into a routine, I've been thinking a lot more about what's actually in the products we bring into our home.
What are in the products, Jon?
I don't know. We're about to find out. Especially now that we've got a little one on the way, we're suddenly hyper aware of the ingredients in everything, from what we eat to what we clean with. That's why we use Branch Basics. It's a female-founded brand on a mission to eliminate toxins from our homes, starting with cleaning products. Their premium starter kit comes from one powerful concentrate that does it all. And I mean everything. Laundry detergent, bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, even produce rinse and pet wash. It's one plant and mineral-based formula that replaces all the bottles under your sink. And the peace of mind, huge. I have to protect my girls. Branch Basics is human safe, baby safe, and pet safe. When they say human safe, they mean it. You can literally check every ingredient on the label. No hidden chemicals, no hormone disruptors, no sketchy stuff, no hard to read words for me. Oh, that's so funny.
I wrote that.
Just a safe, simple swap that makes me feel better about the environment I'm creating for my family. It's scary how well you know me. It's scary. On top of that, it's effective. We swapped out old products and we don't miss them. Having one product that works for everything not only makes cleaning easier, but it also feels good knowing I'm cutting down on unnecessary toxins in my home. So if you're looking for a reset this season, this is it. Head to branchbasics.com to shop the premium starter kit and save 15% off the code STRAIGHT. That's 15% off your starter kit at branchbasics.com with promo code STRAIGHT.
Speaking of some drama, I guess, which we never get involved in, internet drama, and most people probably will not be interested in this, but this is the only drama that we have in our lives. So I would say I get tagged in a lot of things. Rarely do I check my tags or my DMs or whatever, but like the thing that I was tagged in stood out to me because it was like someone complaining about us. And I was like, what is this? It caught my eye. So I click on it and it's this video of this girl talking about how she's a smaller creator. She was upset that a larger creator had remade her video and didn't tag her in it. Like had taken her concept and completely done it as his own. And I was like, this has happened to us so many times. Like we've grown to the point that now I think like we're the larger creators, but all of our content growing up from like 0 followers to where we're at now has always been original. And I think that's something that we pride ourselves in. But over the years, people just rip our content, and it's fine because I like to operate on the note of we have the original thought. You will always be one step behind. Like I'm not going to rip you, even if it's a bigger creator, a smaller creator. I'm just like, I know deep down, like we're the ones who came up with that idea. And so I'm reading this comment and this guy's like, oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. People do this one creator, Alexander Matterson.
Didn't even say the name right. Yeah.
And he's like, or whatever her name is. Her and her husband ripped this video from us. And
line for line.
Line for line. And I won't name names, but I was like, and then he tagged me. So I'm like, number one, you're spelling out my name incorrectly, but then you're going to tag me in it with my correct handle. You're a douche. So I never respond, but because it's this one subject of original content, I'm like, this is what I pride myself
something
on.
we die on that hill.
I will die on this hill that like we create original content. You can say that I cut off Jon. You can say that I'm annoying on the podcast or I have bad takes, but you cannot say that I do not come up with original concepts. Truth. I will fight you. I would put my life on the line. And so I respond back and I'm like, hey, prove it. I'm like, this is not me. Would love to see the evidence here. And he responds back and he's like, well, you know, sorry if I'm wrong.
It was such a weird comment back. Sorry if I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, or if you're wrong, will you apologize to me?
And I'm like, let's
fucking 10.
And I'm like, let's just go back. Because the video that he claims we ripped, roll the tape. I'm like, this doesn't sound like a video that we've ever made. And again, like I'm talking about an original, like when you use your own voice, obviously people recreate voiceovers. Like if you're ripping a sound from
we rip from movies all the time.
Or whatever. Yeah. Or like if it's something that's trending, like a...
Whatever. Anyways, get to the point. The guy went back a day later. Then he comments back. He goes, wow, I actually found the video and no, it was not you. It was a different creator. So this is the reason why.
He still name dropped the other creator who ripped him. Yeah. But I'm like, people just take what people say on the internet as fact. And so there was a comment after his comment, like calling us out, and the other person was like, "Oh my God, I hate when that happens." Yeah, like, it's so
fact checking.
And I'm like, no one is fact checking. People are just so. I'm like,
quick to judge and agree with something that you don't even know what the fuck the person's on.
Right. And yes, he apologized.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm not. Look, I respect the guy. No, I don't respect somebody who like calls someone else out without facts because you could really damage someone's reputation.
That's what I mean.
But that said. He did apologize, so honestly, I don't care. I'm not gonna like.
No, I mean,
attack this person.
We love when someone takes accountability for sure. Yeah. But this is how so many women died back in the day because someone was like, "You're a witch. You're a witch. You brewed some tea that made my headache go away. You're a witch, and I'm gonna hang you now."
I think it's a dangerous game to play, so you have to be careful. And don't be so matter of fact if you don't 100% know.
Well, on the internet, I would argue that the majority of people are guilty until proven innocent. And that's my problem. Is like, again, this allegation against us is whatever. But I was just like, it could go onto a larger scale where, to your point, you could ruin someone's life where someone's like fighting for themselves in the comments. I just think on the internet, like things can spiral before there's actually proof of certain things. And yes, it could go farther into like other issues and problems that like we don't need to.
We gave this guy enough attention.
Reach. But yeah, my point being is that was just, I never get like brought into internet drama. And again, it was not internet drama. There was like 3 comments on this, but still, I was annoyed because...
I mean, we both commented normally, like we commented not from like a talking shit standpoint. It was like a fact checking.
Yeah, I was like, I know that I truly never would have ripped a video line for line from a creator because I value that so much for what we do.
Also, if we did poll, we tag.
If there's any
inspiration
sort of inspiration
from or whatever.
But even like line by line would never cross my mind.
What's the point of that?
Why would people do it to us and then they rip our videos in other languages? Yeah. That happens all the time where I'll be scrolling and then all of a sudden I'm like, this cadence and these scenes seem very familiar. And like people will tag us in it and be like, hey, I'm Spanish. Like this is Alex and Jon's original. And I'm like, what? But maybe we need to learn other languages.
Flattery, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. And imitation is the purest or a highest form of flattery. It is what it is. But I just thought that was an interesting little thing from the week. And again, by the time this episode comes out, this is old news. And so...
There'll be some other drama.
Perhaps. But that just annoyed me. And I feel like the internet, I was just going to say it doesn't really annoy me.
You know what annoyed me? But it does. Something new. We went to a nice dinner with your brother and sister. Nice venue.
In-law.
What did I say?
My brother and sister.
In-law, sorry. And I was like, oh, this is really nice inside, nice place. And no one's really there. It took the hostess... 10 minutes to seat us? I'm like, lady, there's a fucking seat right there. And I know the sections or whatever, but when there's only 3 other people in the whole venue, I'm like, come on.
No, it was like a solid 7 minutes that we're standing there.
You know how many times she shuffled
the menus? The menus?
Which menu are you get? They're all the fucking same?
Yeah, I don't know. But I've noticed that a lot recently. Or, you know what's interesting? We went into one restaurant, we walk in, and it's like lunch hour, probably 2 p.m.
No, it was happy hour time. So it was like
happy
3.
hour time. No, that's not happy hour time. Happy hour time is like 4 or 5.
No, 3 to 5. I saw the sign, 3 to 5.
Okay, whatever fucking time it was, they were open. We were standing at the host stand for 10 minutes. No one even looked. No, they did look at us.
The guy was folding napkins because we like to go for happy hour. And there was happy hour time. The guy's folding napkins. And I'm like, I know you see me.
And we're just like,
we walked out.
Wave. Yeah. And then what was funny is we posted about a restaurant that's close by. The manager of that restaurant that made us wait
was like, hey,
messaged you and said, hey, we would love to invite us into your restaurant.
It's crazy that like one bad experience could just make you not. And that's tough for like the restaurant scene, right?
Right.
One bad like experience. I didn't even eat there.
But do you write bad reviews? I'm not a bad review writer.
No, because I'm not gonna. I don't want to destroy not saying I even had the power to do that, but like I don't care enough. I just won't go back.
I know. I don't think. I've written one bad review, and it was for this wine festival in Raleigh. That was the only bad review I've ever written because we went
when I wore the suit, when I wore my costume.
It was it was probably in like 2017. Like me and my roommates, it was walkable to downtown. We went, and it was just so poorly organized that like we just didn't get any wine, but we paid $50 for this wine festival.
Was I with you?
Maybe you were.
Yes, I was with you. And I was like, what is this bullshit?
I don't know if you were.
When you sell too many tickets and it's overcrowded, it's like, come on.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It was really just a disappointment. And $50 back in 2017 to me was a lot of money.
It's a lot.
And so
I think that's one thing Raleigh does great. I love, shout out to Kookaburra. It's an amphitheater in Cary, North Carolina.
How you pronounce it?
Kookaburra. But they do the beer, bourbon, and barbecue.
Oh, you always love going to that.
I love that. I love that. Until I embarrassed myself on stage during the bacon eating contest.
I know, you've told this story 18
Okay, anyways. Oh, so like we go there. She's shuffling the fucking menu like cards. Finally sits us down. Then your brother and sister-in-law come sit with us. And then the server like doesn't take our order. I have to go find him. It sounds like I'm being a dick by telling the story. And I just went up to him. 4 of the dudes are in the back just talking to each other. I'm like, hey man, do you mind if we just like
order quickly?
Like let us know. What is the issue?
Well, again, it'd be different if we weren't sitting there for 30 minutes. But because I've worked many years in the restaurant industry, specifically at P.F. Chang's, I do have a lot of experience of how you are supposed to serve your customers.
I actually hate that I brought this up. Alex, like, this is a perfect opening for me.
Again, I think working in the service industry is so great for developmental skills and just like customer service. And so, yeah, I am a little bit more judgmental. But I mean, I notice when service is great, but then I'm also very not hypocritical. I'm very...
I don't even need great service. Just take my fucking order in a timely manner.
Right.
30 minutes, you're just chit-chatting with your boys back there.
Right.
Another napkin folding experience.
Were they folding napkins?
Yeah, they're folding napkins.
Got to get done. Someone's got to do it.
When you're folding napkins,
you're bored.
You know you're bored and no one's there.
But at least they are folding napkins and they're not just standing there doing nothing.
Okay. Anyway, so that was an interesting experience. Probably won't go back.
I know. That is what's annoying. It's like I don't want to judge them based off of just that one experience there, but it does make it hard.
Because Alex and I are also just like looking at venues for some events we want to host down the road. And
we're like, how is the service here?
Yeah.
You know?
Use like ambiance, the scene.
The quality of the food.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes you could just rent out as a venue, right? Mm-hmm. A room. Do you have to take their food?
If it's a restaurant.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, not there then.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it's okay. It felt a little too stuffy in there anyways.
No, it was bright. It was open.
No, I meant stuffy as in like, what's
snooty?
What's the word? Like
snooty
too fancy.
Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so we're, we got some things we want to line up later on when girl's here and looking at venues and yeah, do better, people.
This episode is also sponsored by Parallel. One of the biggest surprises for me during pregnancy was just how different each trimester felt. First trimester, it was all about the nausea and exhaustion. Second trimester, I actually felt okay. I had some energy back. Third trimester, well, you guys know how much I've been complaining about the lack of sleep and heartburn. They became my new normal. And the truth is, my body and my baby needed completely different support at each stage. So why would I take the same generic prenatal the entire time? That's when I found out about Parallel. Parallel is the first OBGYN founded vitamin brand, and they actually designed their prenatals to change with you throughout pregnancy and postpartum. Each daily pack is stage specific and formulated by doctors. So instead of playing vitamin roulette, wondering if I'm getting enough of one thing or too much of another, Parallel just gives exactly what you need for where you are in your pregnancy journey or after. It's also incredibly convenient. Everything comes in one pack, perfect for tossing in your bag when you're on the go. And the best part is the peace of mind. Parallel is Clean Label Project certified, tested for over 400 contaminants, including heavy metals, pesticides, and made with bioavailable ingredients my body can actually absorb.
No heavy metals here.
So if your pregnancy has taught you, like it taught me, that your body is constantly changing, it just makes sense that your prenatal should too. Exclusive for Give It To Me Straight listeners, new customers can now enjoy 20% off their first order with code STRAIGHT. Visit parallelhealth.com. That's PERELEL health.com. Did you get that, John?
I thought it was PA.
Write that down and use code STRAIGHT for 20% off your first order.
Another interesting thing that I saw that I want to talk to you about and get your opinion on, a movement that I'm seeing on Instagram is called marriage graduation. Is when a married couple still in love choose to live apart so they can follow their own dreams. So you and I get married, and then we're like, hey, listen.
What is this study? Who's done it? Who's actually doing this? Or is this just like clickbait? Because I don't.
Oh, it's in Japan. Marriage graduation, or satsukan in Japan, is when legally married couples choose to live separately while remaining committed to their relationship. The idea allows partners to pursue personal goals, careers, or interests without the restriction of traditional cohabitation. Popularized by writer Yumiko Sugiyama in 2004 and gained recognition around 2013, Satsukan offers freedom and individuality without divorce.
If being with the person who you're married to stops you from living your dreams, you're with the wrong fucking person. If you're like, I can only do this, this person is holding me back, I can only do this if we're separated and we're not living together, perhaps you're not meant to be together. Perhaps they are not the right person for you, and divorce should be the option. I don't believe that they actually still love each other.
It's a weird concept to me.
It's like a hall pass.
People will be like, well, it works for them. Don't yuck someone's yum. I don't know, but it's like coexisting.
Yeah, okay, sure, maybe. I just don't. I would love someone to weigh in who maybe has this experience.
I think that's a good point you just made. Like, how do you? What would be an argument against that? If you're with someone and they're keeping you from doing what you want to do, like dreams go, like that person's not right for you, and I agree with that. So what's a counter argument to that?
Because what are the reasons that you're not able to fulfill your dreams? Is it because kids are involved and you're the sole
You're not
caretaker?
supported?
Is it because, yes, it's a financial thing? Is it because they're not helping around the house and you have like way more chores that you don't have the bandwidth to do these things? Like, what is it? And then ask yourself, is it them, or is like, how would being single or like being off on your own, like, is that the solution? So then it's like the problem is your relationship. The problem isn't, do you get what I'm saying? Does this make sense?
I agree with you. I just was like, I don't know how someone would counter argument that.
Because when you're with the right person, you
don't need to
even better.
Yeah. You don't
I'm
need
like,
to
oh my gosh.
separate. How somebody would say this that agrees with this would be like, I love you so much, and that's why we're separating so we can create our own dreams. That makes no sense. That's why we're not going to live together, because I love you so much, but I'm going to be focusing on this more so than our relationship, I guess.
Yeah, so that's stupid. I would love to hear who is actually doing that, and it's successful where they go pursue their dreams and then they find each other again.
I guess it's big in Japan.
I know, but what's like the
I want to go to
turnaround?
Japan
What's
so
the
bad.
full circle moment? Like, you know, when do you decide I've reached my dreams? Let us move back in together, or let us come back together.
I guess we're gonna have to go to Japan and study it. Study their restaurants.
I'm down.
Study their culture.
I thought you were saying study this theory. You're like, I'm like, go pursue your dreams, Jon.
I need to go. No, I just want to go. Anyways.
So we have a special guest on today, but before we introduce who she is, the topic that we're talking about is more related to confidence, like body positivity. So you might already figure out who she is. Also, I'm sure her name is in the fucking title, so you've already figured it out.
Surprise!
But before we officially introduce her, I wanted to ask you, Jon, some things about body positivity and confidence.
I guess that's what the topic is.
Yeah, that's what I just said it was.
Did you say it?
Yeah. Active listening. And so I think for me, it's been a journey over time, especially being a woman. There's a lot of different like societal pressures. Just growing up in, I feel like the 90s, it was a very different time for just what was considered attractive. I don't know. You probably don't remember, but like, because you were a dude.
Grew up in the 90s. You had 4 years in the 90s.
No, I didn't. I was 92. That's when I was born. The majority of my childhood was that.
Oh my God. What did I think? 1997.
You're 87. I'm 92. And I almost passed away because my mom tried to kill me. But like, it is a thing that people talk about, just like how like the pressures of like the early 2000s, 90s. So I have my own journey with it, but I wanted to ask you some certain questions, Jon. So Jon, give it to me straight. Was there ever a time in your life that you felt insecure about your body? And if so, when was it?
I don't know.
Like there wasn't a time that you could recognize in your brain, like, I don't feel confident in my skin.
I was literally bullied through middle school and high school. So probably didn't feel comfortable. I wish I was on steroids so I could, fight.
So in middle school, you were like, damn it. I really wish I could shoot myself up.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, and that's it too. Like, what about height? Did that ever make you feel insecure?
I don't think height really came. It's not as big as it is now. Like back then, I don't think it was that big of a deal, like being tall.
Right.
I think popularity in general is like personality wise, look wise versus just being
height.
Tall and gawky. Well, because you were gawky. I mean, you're tall in your middle school. You're like a beanpole, or high school even. Yeah, it's huge now. I think that when I made a change in my life was when I was 18 in college. That's when I started working out. I was like, okay, everyone's in way better shape than me. I don't know. That's about it.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure. But I guess this is more of like, again, I don't want to say
girl.
Yeah, like a female loaded
question. It's not, because guys definitely, have body image issues as well.
Yeah.
And of course, my question for you is the same thing. Alex, give it to me straight. When was the first time you felt negativity towards your own body, and how do you think we can plan to counter that with our own daughter?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I remember the conversation about bodies like from such a young age. And I don't want to say it's because I was a dancer, but like you're 3 years old, you're put in front of a mirror and it's like stand up straight. And you're already comparing yourself to the other girls in class. And I was a late bloomer. Everyone got boobs before me. And I'm like, where the fuck are my boobs? I'm still waiting for them. And so I just remember being a dancer growing up, elementary, middle school, and being so focused on my body and comparing myself to other girls, and that leading into dance team, college. And I wouldn't say that I had an eating disorder per se, but I was probably borderline, like way too focused on how much I was consuming, like the calories I was eating on a daily basis, because it was a toxic environment then. It was like, if you jump and you jiggle, you're not performing on the field this weekend.
As your coach said to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And so you just like were doing everything to stay trim, to have a six pack. And I've since adopted obviously like more healthy habits around working out and nutrition when you learn. I think from such a young age.
Instilled in you to be like.
Yeah. Like just not even necessarily comparing, but I just think like you naturally do it because it's kind of like a form of currency as a girl, like boys are looking at you because you're.
I could see like food intake, for example, the notion of like eat less, be skinnier as a girl, guys eat more, get bigger, I could see that as like being a household trend to like more moms or family members having more of a watchful eye on daughters.
Well, do you remember like, because for me specifically, and I think that it's a lot has to do with generational conversations, is I remember my mom talking negatively about herself or like saying phrases, and this isn't shade at my mom. Like, I love her.
You think my mom has ever talked negative about herself? My mom's like,
true.
I'm a fucking G.
Yeah, but my mom would say things like once on the lips, forever on the hips. And those are the things that stuck with me. And I'm like, she's right. Or like, don't drink your calories. And again, this isn't to blame my mom. I think it's the way that like she was raised and it's generational, it's passed down. But those were things that stuck with me about how, oh, this is how I'm going to have value in life, is because I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to be pretty and like, you know, not overindulging because I want to look a certain way as opposed to feel a certain way. And so I think moving forward with our daughter, just being mindful about the way that I talk about myself and instilling that confidence in her that like, you are more than what is on the outside. Like, what is on the inside is so much more important and valuable than what you look like on the outside, because that's stuff that can change, and it's going to change as we get older.
True. If you're the hottest person ever, you're going to look old as fuck when you're old. Have something else going on.
Good
than
job,
just
John.
your looks.
I don't know, unless you're Kris Jenner and you go to her surgeon, because give me the number.
That guy's got to be just worth so much money.
I mean, okay, but that's where it comes down to do what you think is best for you. But I think in little kids and little girls especially, instilling that like truly just being a good person and finding confidence in yourself is number one.
Sure.
Well, this is kind of loaded to the question before, but John, give it to me straight. What are some things you do in your daily life to help you feel more confident as an almost...
Starve myself, work out every day. It's me. I'm not judging anyone else. Do whatever you want. But for me, like, I really try to watch what I fucking eat. I try to fast when I can. I mean, look, for me to notice the difference, people ask what I do for working out, whatever. I'm like, I put a weighted vest on. I go on the Stairmaster. I sweat everything out, lose all my electrolytes, and then I stuff my face at night. I don't have a healthy diet of what I do, or I work out 7 days a week. Is that even healthy? I don't fucking know. But that gives me confidence, you know? Because I know if me personally...
There's John. We asked for him to give it to us straight, you guys.
I know if I was bigger, I would have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. And I'm so much more confident in myself now than I ever was before. I'm in better shape now than I ever was before. Is it healthy? I'm not sure. I don't know. But
I think though that that's a spectrum. It's like what is healthy to one person might not work for someone else. Like if you, similar to like a work ethic, like if someone loves to work and wants to work 24/7 and that's what makes them happy, so be it.
If that's fulfilling to them, yeah.
Everyone has a different...
Everyone has an opinion of other people. Like whatever's good for you, worry about your own fucking self.
Right.
And what you're doing.
Yeah. It's not going to be the same answer across the board.
I mean, as long as you're not like neglecting your kids or whatever, you know, like for example, if you're like a
abuse.
workaholic and you're not even like, yeah.
Right. Well, again, there's different, like there's extremes on both levels. But
let me ask my follow-up. Did you have to get over your body issues independently, or did someone help you through that? How did you build your confidence?
I think it's such an independent journey, because it's the same thing with anyone. You could lead a horse to water, but until they're ready to actually make that change, they're not going to do it. I know. I wasn't going to say It's like glass of spilled milk. Don't cry for spilled milk.
Glass half empty, glass half full.
Sure. And so I do think it's a personal journey.
Mm-hmm.
I think
people could say whatever they want to you to help build you up. That is so fleeting.
Because I notice that I do that to other people. I try to like instill confidence in them. And I'm like, why the fuck is this person not confident? I'm like, oh, right. Personal journey. Like they have to get to the point where they are so they want change in their life that they're ready to take the steps to change and feel confident in themselves. And again, that's not going to be the same journey for everyone. That doesn't mean a fad diet. That doesn't mean losing weight. That doesn't mean going to therapy. It's whatever that journey looks like for you. And you're only going to know like once you start and you hit that point of something's got to change.
Right.
And so for me, it was figuring out what a healthy diet is, like what makes me feel fueled. And because I think a lot of times too, you do these last minute fad diets that are like, I need to lose 10 pounds for this vacation.
I know so many people, and then it just ruins. It goes right back to whatever.
Or like, I'm going to go keto or I'm going to be vegan for X amount of time. And it's like, your relationship with food is forever. And so you have to find out a relationship of food and moving your body in a way that you could do for the rest of your life.
I feel like this topic could be a whole episode.
Yeah,
It
well,
really
it is.
could.
I mean, we talk about it with Victoria, but, you know, and I think like being pregnant too, that's something, a whole other conversation I can have about it, just from going from being high risk to having a healthy pregnancy. Mental health is so much surrounded by what you consume and how you move your body.
Think about body dysmorphia, for example. I think we all have it.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, anyone we talk to, anyone in our space, when we go on like these group trips, I'm like, oh fuck, like I thought I was bad. And I'm like, oh, I should be actually eating even less.
Right. No, but you think that, and it's like, that's not necessarily the truth. It's just people are comparing themselves to other people.
That's all we're all doing.
Yeah.
That's what social media is. We're all just fucking comparing each other. It's
Everyone
wild.
needs to touch grass and do what's best for them. So, but without further ado, let's introduce our guest for today. Joining us is fellow content creator, mental health advocate, and body positivity trailblazer, Victoria Garrick
Hey,
Browne.
yo.
Not only is she a Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree, so fucking impressive, TEDx speaker, so fucking impressive, and a former D1 athlete. She started a nonprofit called The Hidden Opponent, which raises awareness for student athlete mental health. And she is the host of Real Pod, where she has candid sit-down interviews with some amazing guests like us. We were on her podcast. And she is just one of the kindest people you will ever meet. Truly a beauty on the inside and out. Let's give a warm welcome to Victoria.
Victoria!
Welcome to the podcast,
Hello.
Victoria.
Yay.
We're so excited to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. I love you guys.
Oh my gosh, well, we love
Oh.
you. I feel like we just got warmed up. We just did your show. So if you
Mhm.
guys have not listened to Victoria's show, you have to go and tune in. Obviously,
Real Pod, check it out.
Yes, obviously to our episode. John is here.
First question.
Driving in LA. Oh,
USC volleyball? Is that
Yes.
correct?
yeah.
I am actually on a volleyball team. No big deal.
Tell us, John.
What's your thoughts on like a 5'9" guy
Yeah.
on the volleyball team?
Well, what position are you? What are your hops?
He rotates
we
around.
rotate around.
Everyone plays everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
We're
do.
a well-rounded team.
Wait, that's
first
so
off,
cute. You know, what we should do a little secret lesson, and then the next time you show up, you just stunt on them.
First off, I don't need lessons.
You're
I'm
always
a pro. I could serve overhand.
Ooh,
Can you serve
top
overhand?
spin floater. What
I
are we
just
dishing?
No,
always
I would
get-
like you to teach me that. As soon as we see a team, because I'm like at a beach volleyball league, as soon as I see them do that back hit, I'm like, oh, we're
They're
fucked.
pros.
They're pros. But yeah,
Like
anyways.
a roll shot? You mean?
No, like when they hit the ball and it drops like that
Oh,
spin
a floater.
on a ball.
A floater. Yeah, yeah.
Is that the terminology?
Just think like you're giving a high five to the ball. Like you want to create no spin, and then if the ball leaves your hand, it's not spinning. It's gonna drop.
Love that. See, look, I already learned something.
See, like that stresses me out. I'm just like, I think too much into it. But again, I haven't played in years.
Do you go watch
probably.
him play?
Well, no. So every year we usually join a beach volleyball league together. But the past 2 summers I've been with child. And so I haven't been able to join. And so I do not watch him because I just don't feel like.
Alex is not the best.
Are you joking, John? I'm a tall, girly squirrely, not as tall as you. But I feel like I'm pretty athletic.
You look
what do
like you have a lot of
mean?
talent on the
Oh my
sand.
God. Anyway, I'm cutting John off. Thank you so much for being here today. We love you. We've been mutuals for a while now.
I know.
But I don't know your backstory, how you got started in content.
Yeah.
So give a little bit of background about
Okay.
like how you got started, why.
I will, and just cut me off because I'm like I can give you the hour
No.
version, the spark
Alex is
notes.
perfect at that.
Yeah, exactly. Just give us all you got.
Perfect. Okay, so I feel like your face with that was like, this one's gonna land. I hope
This is
it
a dick.
lands.
This
Yeah,
is a-
you're like,
this
this
was
was
a dick.
dicey.
We got it, John. I cut
Um,
everyone off.
No, I'm the same. So I played volleyball at USC. And that's where I got my start. The first thing I did was deliver a TEDx talk on athlete mental health issues.
Wow.
So
Were you already an athlete when you did that? And
I
how
was-
did you get into that?
I was a sophomore volleyball player who was depressed. Woo! And that made me want to talk about what I was going through. I was a journalism major, so I
Okay.
wanted to be a sports
Mm.
broadcaster. And I think I like cared about telling stories, and I was going to school and talking about like athletes' performance and how many points. And then I was really struggling, and I was like, why are we not asking athletes how they feel? And this was 2017, so we weren't having this like giant mental health conversation. And yeah, I saw that TEDx came to USC. I'll speed this up real fast. I got selected.
You could
I
take
love
your
it.
time. You could
Cliff
take
noting
your
the story. I
time.
love
Yeah.
it. You are a perfect guest.
Get to the
No.
point. So I gave that TEDx talk, and it took off in the sports world at the time. And then I started to vlog my life on YouTube, and then I started to create content.
No, we have to slow down.
How did you land
TEDx, number one, doing that as a sophomore is a huge feat in itself. Were you so nervous?
I was nervous. I've always been like a performer and like vocal and outgoing. Like I sang in our high school's talent show, which like makes me cringe to this day.
I love that.
I got up in front of like the senior guys. I sang on a guitar. I'm like not that good, but I'm just like, why not?
Why not?
So, and I will say, like in class, I joke that if I was in a group presentation, I'd be like, so if you do the work, I will sell this shit on Tuesday to the class. Like, I'm like, I will get up there, we'll deal, and we will get an A.
We're like, I need to be in your group project.
On charisma, So as far as like speaking on a stage, no, that didn't scare me. But obviously what I was talking about was really deep. And I do think that at the time, the perception of myself and life I gave online was very like picture perfect, and I came from like a very white fence, high pressure like town growing up, and like you just didn't have struggles and you didn't fail, you were the top. And so I definitely think that aspect of like, wow, people are going to be like, oh my god, this is like a side of Victoria Garrick I've never seen. That was something for sure. And my parents at the time were like, are you sure you want to do this? Like future employers are going to see it. I was talking about really dark thoughts of like, should I be here?
Yeah.
And so I get my parents were like, cautioning me. But the minute I said, no, this is my story, I want to tell it, they were so supportive. So yeah, I mean, as far as your question, Jon, like there was a callback process and then there was a series of interviews. And then I remember the final, we had to write like our opening, what our opening 5 minutes of the talk would be to just like perform it and captivate the people who were selecting us. So that's how it happened. And from there, I just saw it resonate with so many people that then I started to create more content around it and post on Instagram and post on YouTube. And then right after college, I went into public speaking. So I was speaking, actually have spoken at NC State.
Wow, you did?
To the student athletes there. And
my God, too bad I was graduated by that point, but I was on the dance team and we were like student club athletes at that point. But so a lot of like your story I could resonate with just with like the pressures of everything there. But would have loved to listen to you, but I'm older than you, so it was not currently there.
And I know you said you spent a lot of time in Virginia. I've been to Virginia Tech. So
my sister went to Tech.
Oh, cool.
So that's awesome.
So, that's what I was doing, athlete mental health advocacy.
Wow.
And then the pandemic hit. The last 2 speaking engagements I had were canceled because no one was traveling. And then I was like, what is this TikTok thing? And so I got on TikTok, and I did have a strategic thought of like, it's been almost a year since college volleyball. I don't think I can keep like throwing on my practice jersey and like being this USC volleyball player when like I'm kind of farther removed. And so I started to talk more on TikTok about my past eating disorder and body image issues. And so then like TikTok started to take off for me. And just one thing after another. And now I'm at this cool place where I would say I'm like a lifestyle creator and I talk about a little bit of everything, but always with like a very healthy dose of like mental health and vulnerability and realness, because that is like what I care the most about. I definitely want to always like be giving value or some sort of purpose to the people who come across my page.
We do have some more like in-depth questions that we want to ask you about.
Perfect.
Let's dive deep. Get it, Jon. Yeah.
My turn.
Okay, go. Take it away, Jon.
I'm reading off the card. Social media has obviously played a huge role in impacting self-confidence, not just for students or student athletes, but middle schoolers, high schoolers, and even adults. What do you think needs to change to help with the mental health decline due to social media? Don't ask me what I just read. You go ahead and answer that.
Could you comprehend his question?
I comprehended it. And I'm guessing that, that question has appeared because I do post a lot about the body image pressures and just the perfectionism we see online and these ideal lives and these ideal bodies and people who are happy all the time. And I always want to kind of pull the curtain back. And that's what I try to do on my show, Real Pod, is like bring people on, tell me what you're struggling with, because all we are seeing is a highlight reel. As far as what needs to happen, like, I think we need to not just like blindly give kids access to social media without like having those conversations about, okay, and like who you follow, you're going to see. And so ask yourself, why am I subscribing to this person? Is it because she's so pretty and skinny and I just look at her every day and I think like, what can I do to be like her? And you then feel bad about yourself? Or is it this couple makes me laugh and they always bring me joy? And like, so I think we need to have those conversations more instead of just being like, here's Instagram, here's TikTok. And then also, I personally think it's like on each and every one of us to be vulnerable and transparent as we can. Like if we talk about body image, like if someone wants to get, I don't know, a BBL, get a BBL, but don't put out a workout class that you're charging and saying if you do this many scorpions in your
False
glutes a day, you're going to get this
it is
butt.
false advertising, honestly.
And there's literally girls out there who are 14 doing these workouts thinking they're going to get the body.
Right.
And that like breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So I think like also calling for more just transparency from creators is huge. And hopefully we do get to a world where we can track the filters and the edits and the Facetune that's happening like more. So there can just be like a little disclaimer.
Yeah. And
because, so much of what we see, we don't know if it's real.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, again, I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and they have said that the change in these students, because they're impacted by social media so much, and just they're always in like counseling, or just their mental health is really impacted by what's going on. It's very heavy on social media.
It's too much. Like that we're
when your
able
frontal
to
lobe
process.
is not developed.
Yes, I feel this way as a 28-year-old who's like been in therapy for years and feels like I do the work. I have times where like just being on my phone, like you can't help but spiral. Like if us with like what we've accomplished and where we're at in life can feel like shit sometimes looking at social media, it's like, think about the susceptible 15-year-old who like has their parents breathing down their neck about grades. And, so I also think I love social media. It gives us so much opportunity. It gives so much access to conversations and experts we would never otherwise be able to hear from. And we need to have boundaries.
Yeah.
Like you can't be the one thing in your life you don't have boundaries with. Like how many hours are you on it a day? Are you taking it to bed? When are you looking at it? Are you taking breaks? Like I love leaving my phone at home and going to dinner with Max.
Yeah.
I think I was even looking at it differently now because we're going to have a kid. I'm like, oh my God, the stuff that's out there and the mental toll on children.
Think about the lengths that we had to go through as like middle schoolers, high schoolers to just get a photo onto Facebook. Like you would take your thick camera out to the club with you, not in middle school, but like in college or whatever, flash in the bar, and then you'd have to upload it, create an album, add a really ugly filter.
I saw this meme that was like, remember when we used to create whole Facebook albums for one night out?
Yes, literally. And then like you'd have to come up with the group chat, like, what are we gonna name this Facebook album? And now it's just so immediate. And so I think that scares me a little bit. And so for the child conversation, I mean, again, it's an ongoing conversation with content creators across the board, not something that we're interested in doing, but people have their reasonings for putting their kids on social media.
Yeah.
We always say like, we're not going to yuck someone's yum, but at the same time, I'm just like, it really boils down to
I'm starting to yuck
people's yum
sometimes.
It's also tough because you want your kid to fit in. And I've seen this with like, if every kid is on Snapchat and like your kid's not because you're protecting them, but then they're now like not in the jokes at school and they feel left out, like that's interesting. And I could see myself being like, well, I want you to have Instagram because like your friends do.
Right.
So, obviously you can't know until you're in it.
Well, and that's it too. I mean, like thankfully, I feel like we have a lot of years until we get to that place of the social media conversation. Who knows, like there might be laws by then.
It could be different.
It could be different.
Yeah.
What is not the notion that like it's harder for girls versus boys? I don't know, because we're having a baby girl, and I'm like, having a daughter, do you think body image, all that, do you think it really is harder for girls than boys? Or do you think it's starting to become, because of social media, like that it's the same amount of pressures for both?
Men definitely struggle with body image issues. Men have eating disorders. Men struggle with their mental health, 100%. And I think if we look back in society, the pressure uniquely put on women and their bodies and their appearance is, to me, miles greater than that put on men. I mean, even the way that like we glorify the dad bod is like kind of hot, or like you get to have your dad bod. Like you
Dads
never
who don't build babies.
That's looked at as like a fun thing. Moms don't get to have a mom bod. Like the mom bod connotation is not cute and funny. It's like moms, it's more like, when are you bouncing back? And just like the pressures of diet culture and like what we see in media. And like, if you look back at the commercials that used to air, and it would be like, wear this dress because he'll love it. Like it's all how you can look for a guy. And so we just internalize it over time. We internalize the beauty standard. Obviously, we used to see, one type of model. And, that's why it's so important to see like body diversity these days and to support brands that are showing that. But yeah, I think women have a unique pressure. Men definitely have a pressure as well. But I think society puts a harder stress and a smaller box for women to fit into.
Good answer.
But yes, John's like, I don't care. But one thing I'll say is for mental.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
it probably is, but I'm just was curious because of social media is just so
Yeah.
in your face now, even with guys, with the people that they're looking at who have 6-pack abs and are jacked. And
Yeah, like Love Island. I could, and I think that
please
is
no.
but we don't have to talk about Love Island. But those guys are coming in and they have to have these quote great bodies. And I can definitely think about the men in my life who might be like, I would be insecure to walk out in Love Island in my swim trunks. But to hype up men, I will say when we talk about mental health in general, men have a unique stigma for mental health, just depression and anxiety because of, you're never supposed to cry. If you cry, you're weak. If you do this, you're soft. So I think women are more encouraged to feel their emotions and are allowed to be emotional, whereas men aren't. So I think depending on like the issue we look at, each stereotypical, gender has their struggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, I think Love Island, the narrative, going back to Love Island, because I know, John, you didn't really watch that much, but you do see the difference in public opinion on the women versus the men. Like the women are so much more highly criticized than I think the men are. But again, it's to your point where it's just like each gender, unfortunately, is just going to have different things that people are going to criticize you for, or just the standard that you're supposed to be held at. John, are you ready to ask any?
Can I just get mine over with? Then I could pay attention to the rest.
I was literally giving you the floor.
She gave me one of the longest questions.
You literally
just bear with me.
Looked through them and said, "I want to read this one." I said, "Okay."
I love the body positivity movement. As someone who was overweight in the past, I always felt shame for my body type and eating disorder. Luckily, I turned my life around and lost 60 pounds. I worked with a dietitian and a therapist and have maintained my weight since. My only issue with the body positivity movement is that it applauds unhealthy body types. Let's be real, humans were not meant to be so overweight, and even though someone is healthy, being overweight leads to and causes so many health concerns. That's why I lost extra weight to avoid that. What do you guys think about it? And I do think that is a hot topic.
Yeah, oh my God. Lots of fat phobia coming through in that question, just to call it out. I think we can't look at someone's body and say they're unhealthy. The same way we can't look at anyone and say that we know anything about them based on sight. And it's just not our place. And I think what always gets me with this type of conversation is if we're going to do that, so let's have a person walk in the room who looks thin. And then we would, by those rules, say this person is, quote, healthy. What if they literally have an eating disorder and they are starving themselves for that body, or they're bulimic and sorry, I'm getting very dark, and they're throwing up after every meal. But when you see them, you're visually they're thin, so they must be healthy. When actually if that person was, quote, overweight, whatever that means, in your eyes, they look 30 pounds larger than the body. Now we fast forward. But they're actually not obsessing over food and they're loving their life and they're going out to eat with their friends and they're not they're no longer bulimic and they've recovered and that's the body where they actually are their most mentally well. So anyways, I just think everyone needs to do what's best for their body, and it sounds like this person might feel better having worked with a dietitian and what they did. That's great. But we can't now walk around and point fingers and say this person needs to do exactly what I did.
When I hear a question like that, to me immediately I think the body positivity movement, and this is my take on it, is less about health because of the reasons that you just listed and more about finding confidence in your own skin. And I don't know, you, I think, have a different opinion as well. But
you have to tread so lightly on this topic, but coming from a healthcare background. So I worked in a skilled nursing facility for 5 years, and I worked with morbidly obese people where we needed a Hoyer lift. A Hoyer lift is the net that goes under them, and I have to fucking crane lift them out of bed to get into a wheelchair to be mobile. I had to clean them, bed sores, all that, because they couldn't move. There is a point where, and I am speaking for the healthcare, whatever community, and it's tough. It's a lot on the healthcare workers too, where you have to have some accountability for your own health before it puts a strain on others.
But I don't think that conversation belongs in the body positivity conversation. That's a health conversation.
Diets are so harmful, and more than 80% of people who go on a diet will gain more weight back
Afterwards?
Yes,
Yeah.
afterwards. Dieting is not a safe way to lose weight, and it can actually cause like more harm and lead you to an eating disorder. And so it's like our society thinks by putting such an emphasis and a scare tactic on like, don't eat these foods and you can't weigh this much, that like you're going to help people, but you're actually not. We're going to keep like creating and perpetuating the issue. That's why I'm such an advocate for intuitive eating and like blocking out the noise and tapping into literally what you were born with. When you were a baby and you couldn't think, you cried when you were hungry. And then when you were satisfied, you stopped crying. Like we know, but so much of society has told us not to think about that and instead to look at the number on the scale or look at the calories in the bag of chips. So it's really nuanced. I'm in the process of becoming an intuitive eating counselor because I want to help people feel great and healthy in their bodies and do it in a way where, it's not going to like be harmful on the other side. And then here's another thing, like with so much fat phobia. So then people are saying, okay, if you are quote overweight, you need to go to the gym. Guess what happens? They go to the gym and they're made fun of. People take videos of them. They laugh at them. Like workout companies don't sell clothes in their size. Go work out, but also we're not going to dress you. Right. Like you're not going to be able to find shorts that fit you. Like, I mean, it's like we can't just, people can't sit back and say, people need to be this way and then not look at this system that's like creating so many obstacles for people in
It
larger
also doesn't
bodies.
happen immediately. Like they're trying.
In
Everyone's
their
trying.
journey.
So it's like, you can't just expect it to happen just like that. Going back to intuitive eating, that's very interesting because knowing your body takes so much time to help someone with that. It would be great because like I overeat all the time and I eat whatever, and trying to learn like what bloats me or where I feel sick from eating something is such a great tool to know. And I'm just getting there like within the last 2 years, which is so important.
That's great. And it's a journey.
Yeah.
And because we've had so many rules around food, people don't know how to listen to their bodies. The question that most people say is, well, if I was an intuitive eater, I would just like never stop eating Taco Bell. And it's like, no, you would, like, because of habituation. If you had Taco Bell every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, eventually you would be like, oh my God, I kind of really want some carrots and hummus. I'm literally craving a crunchy salad. Right. Like it's interesting to like allow yourself to be able to access this practice of intuitive eating. One of the first barriers of entry is unconditional permission to eat whatever you want, whenever you want. Obviously though, without this is going to be taken away. I'm going to be punished for this. I'm not allowed to be doing this. You have to, because if you're telling yourself, okay, fine, I'm going to do it today, but then I really can't do this because I've got to lose 10 pounds but tomorrow I can't have the Taco Bell. We're not really doing the practice and it's very scary.
I think a big part of that is also willpower, right? Like you need to learn willpower too. Shouldn't that be part of it?
I think willpower is like a total myth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tell me this.
Dive in.
Tell
Talk
me
to me.
Tell me that I
Sorry,
had...
I know you have like 10 questions,
sorry.
Alex, but this, I want to know.
Real quick. Okay. I'll give myself an example. I had the mental strength to be on the #1 volleyball team in the nation at the time in 2015. I was starting as a freshman. I'm playing next to the National Player of the Year. I show up at practice. I train. I do my homework. I'm doing everything. Like I'm disciplined. Yet I can't resist having the Krispy Kreme donut that's brought into the locker room. I think there has to be a difference there. Like clearly I can work towards the goal. I'm dedicated. Yet the Krispy Kreme donut.
That's your reward.
I mean,
that's your reward to it.
I'm not able to resist it and I blame myself. It's willpower, but it's so much more than that. It's actually like people can get into the science, but like if let's say I wasn't eating, right? Because I was not feeling myself and I'm starving myself and I'm counting calories. My body is like going into like fight or flight mode of like, oh my God, like we need food. Like it's now all I'm thinking about. I'm obsessing about it. And so it doesn't really become this like, I don't have the mental strength to not open the box in front of me. Like you could put a box there and tell me not to open it and I wouldn't open it. It's so different. So then we blame ourselves and we're like, I suck because I couldn't stay on this diet. But it's so much more layered than just your willpower. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, John, does that make sense to you? He's the one I think who will say like, I have no willpower when it comes to food. Because he is a clean the plate, clean out the fridge. Like if we're going on a vacation, he's like, we got to eat everything.
I'll make
and
something.
I'm like,
we have 3 tomatoes. I'm making something out of it.
No, that's fine. But I think like to your point, like you consume overly because
listen, everyone has a vice. Okay, I'm not smoking crack.
I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm gonna fucking eat whatever I want. I work out 7 days a week. I'm like but that's my thing. Reward system, right? I've never dieted before ever. I just like kind of watch. Like I'll try to fast a little bit, whether you believe in that or not. But then I do feel like if if I worked out really hard or if I had a really long day, I'm like, I'm gonna, a little treat coming in. And I don't know if that's bad or good.
At the end of the day, like if you feel like you have positive mental health and a food and body obsession isn't like hijacking the happiness in your life, like, whatever works best for the person. However, I would encourage you the next time you feel like a cookie sounds good, whether you worked out that day or not, allow yourself to have a cookie because.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I eat the fucking cookie.
Yeah.
But then I don't like the feeling of feeling like shit after I eat it. Like what? Like I shouldn't feel bad.
But I agree with you. A cookie is a cookie. And sometimes we want more nutrient dense food. And so you might be like, you know what? I'm about to go work out and I don't want to have a cookie before I go like run this marathon. That's totally fine. But then you're not like a better or worse person because of what you ate,
Yeah.
But I'll stop. We're having a really good conversation, but I'm gonna let you.
Alex has never experienced this before. She's like, wait, John and the guest are just.
I'm like, I should probably say something. I'm like, you know what?
That's what I think all the time. I'm like, I'm over here. I should think of something
I feel like
to say.
I'm getting very into the serious stuff, but like I care about it so deeply.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like it.
This topic runs through all of the questions that we got from our listeners. I mean, but this one in particular too. I think it's inevitable because it's every day.
Yeah.
Like you have 3 meals a day that you're
people
eating.
care so the two most important relationships that you have to have in your life are with yourself and with food. You have to. You need food to live and you are yourself. So it's like everyone has a relationship with food.
Yeah. And I think, again, to segue into this question, when you have certain milestones coming up, sometimes, again, you have put yourself on a very strict diet. So this listener in particular, she's getting married in 2026. She says, I could not be more excited. She's engaged. However, since being engaged, my social media feeds and family conversations have been flooded with mentions of having the perfect wedding body. I'm talking fitness, Botox, losing weight, facials, teeth whitening, etc. Why is wedding culture in our society so adamant on looking perfect? How do I remain confident in my own body when people are constantly asking if I plan to get serious about working out or get beauty treatments done? I've never felt like I needed to do those things, but seeing them constantly pushed at me makes me feel like maybe I do.
My heart, just the list of things you read that this person thinks they have to do is exhausting.
To prepare
That's
for
not
wedding.
how I want to spend my most blissful engagement year. Literally, just to give it to them straight, you were proposed to as you are. What makes you think you need to Uno reverse and walk down the aisle as someone totally different? Like, this person loves you for you.
Right.
Block out the noise. Like, don't go down the rabbit hole of the toxic bride stuff. I've seen it. And like, be yourself. The most important thing is that you're at the altar with this person you love and you're both there and you're happy and healthy. And I don't think it's going to be a great day if you feel like a shell of yourself and are like mean to yourself every day leading up.
I think ultimately too, working in the wedding industry, weddings, similar to having babies, are a business. It's like you say baby, they charge 3 times more. You say wedding, they charge 10 times more.
Yeah.
It's like, so I think that it's really just a money grab. It's not necessarily like, oh, you're not good the way you are. It's like the industry looking at how can we profit on this big event that you have.
Do you find that weddings are just a little too glorified? It's a day in your fucking life. It's the two of you together for the rest of your lives. That's what's important. The wedding day, like whatever. And I just hate that there's so much pressure on the bride and groom financially, mentally, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, speaking about like women versus men, little girls, it is instilled in us growing up that like the biggest, most important day of your life is your wedding. You're going to look the most beautiful. It's going to be the most magical. You're going to ride in on a horse and it's just going to be this big fairy tale. So I feel like that's the expectation that a lot of women have for themselves. And again, like we say, to each their own. If those are things that you want to do before your wedding, if that's going to make you feel your best, by all means do it. But if you're confident already in who you are, I think this is just society trying to
That's what I'm saying.
get something
Society
else
as a
out of
whole.
you.
Like, look at these things that are being said to her. Like, it's ridiculous.
Also, a lot of the generations before us, especially women, like it was even like a little bit worse and a little bit more intense, like the body image pressure that they felt. And I think that way a lot about like the women in my life and the generations above me, like had their own unique pressures. Like my mom has said this on my podcast, but like she was dropped off at Weight Watchers at like 14 and just like, we'll pick you up, like step on the scale. Like, yeah, like that was just like, lose weight, do this. Like, I mean, so I think like if I'm guessing that she's receiving these comments from like cousins, moms, older sisters, whatever. And it's like, we can be the new wave. That's like,
it doesn't have
I'm
to be
good
like
enough
this.
to get married the way that I am, you know?
And I love what you said. Like you got engaged the way that you are. You don't have to do anything different.
Yeah, that's the person they fell in love with.
Right. Let's see what the next question is, John. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read
No,
it?
you keep going.
Okay.
I need to pay attention, you know?
Any advice for dealing with body shaming from family? I'm a plus size girly and I wore jean shorts recently while visiting out of state family. My grandma made a surprised question/comment, something to the effect of, "You're comfortable wearing those?" And honestly, I was until she said that. How should I have responded to her respectfully, but also let her know her comment wasn't appreciated?
Gosh, so tough. For a grandma specifically, we're not going to change them. Let's start there. Like, grandma is not wanting to learn and change. Like, they don't. So that means we have to just accept that, like, hey, when I walk into the room with this person, they're probably going to make a comment about my body. And that's not fun. But I know that walking into the room, so I can, like, put on my thick skin. And, like, when the comment comes, I can either just, like, you know, look past them, smile, not really acknowledge it, or be like, "It's so great to see you." Or, you know, I would throw in a, like, "Don't worry about me, worry about you."
Right.
You know, you can throw in, like, little things like that just to remind them, like, their place. But that's how I would approach it with a grandma for sure. You know, I've said to, like, my yaya before, she's like, you know, she's like, "Oh, that's a lot of food you're cooking for dinner." And I'm like, "Well, it's my dinner. Like, you eat what you want." Like, you know,
Right.
you just can say your little things. But I do think for someone that you think has the opportunity to grow and they care about the relationship, like, I think you can say, especially if you have, like, a mom breathing down your neck and, like, you're close to your mom and, like, she just talks to you about your weight all the time. And then you can say, like, "Mom, I love our relationship. I love you so much. I know that you care about me and I know that you only want the best for me. And I'm so grateful to have a mom who wants those things. However, like, my journey with food right now and my body image, I feel confident I can handle that by myself. If I need your advice, I know I can come to you, but I'll ask for it. And if I'm not asking for it, I just need you to be my mom and my friend right now and, like, let me do me."
I don't need the unsolicited opinions.
Yeah.
I think that was an amazing answer because
Yeah.
you're separating the two. You tiptoed around basically what I would say, just in a nicer version.
John, what would you say?
Well, with the
Let's hear
grandmother,
it.
because I'd be like, "Who gives it? Like, relax. It's your grandma. She's not gonna change. She's probably was from World War I or II. Like, leave her alone. She's been through shit." You know what I'm saying?
But it does, but one comment about your body can, like, really, like, you know, it can throw you off the wagon.
But
It's
I
hard
get
to
it. It's like sometimes just she's like an older adult, like you said. You're not
Yeah.
going to change her, so I
Yeah.
would just kind of brush it off. But with a parent, a friend, sibling, I get that where you need to actually, like, sit down and have a conversation about it.
You need to tell people what you want from them, how you need them to show up for you. No one's a mind reader. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people sit back in anything in life and be like, "Oh my God, this friend really hasn't been calling me or they haven't been showing up for me." Maybe they don't know you want them to show up for you.
No.
Text them and say, "Hey, this is a hard week for me. I'd love if you could check in."
I think that's the number one thing to take away from this is that not everybody is a mind reader. Not everyone knows the type of support that you need. Because again, even with our experience of loss, being pregnant, like just my body currently, I just think I assume that people know, but then I have to give them grace and be like, "Oh, they're just."
Sometimes we don't
they
even
think
know
they're-
what we want. You know,
Yeah,
half the time you're
exactly.
like in the moment, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I want, but I don't want this. You know,
But I
it's
think
like,
it boils down to intentions. It's like, do you think that this person was actually intending to hurt your feelings? You know, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And a lot of times people project. They're like, "Hey, if
Yeah.
I've been on diets my whole life and I'm not allowed to
100%.
be this size, why should I let you walk happily down the street being that size?" Like,
Why
they're
are you
projecting.
confident being that size?
You know,
interesting
so
perspective.
You
Yeah.
have to, like, you know, and then also I think about with my yaya won't listen to this, but not against you guys. She doesn't listen to my own show.
We love
But,
her. We don't, yeah, we
but,
love
like,
her anyway.
you know, I tell myself, I'm like, that is talking about weight and food is, like, one of the, like, majority conversations my yaya had to connect with women. All you did was talk about, like, what you ate, you were keeping the home. Like, she was a very traditional, like, housewife. And, like, that's how she relates. I'm like,
Yeah.
her telling me, "You look so thin." Like, whether, like, even, I don't even want that comment, but, like, she might be thinking, "Oh, this is what I say to connect with women." Like, you know,
Right.
it just goes so deeper that I just have to be like, whatever.
Yeah, it's cultural, but it's also different, like,
Generational.
different generations.
Yeah.
Mom brain again. I'm working on one brain cell right now. But we have one more question. How do you have the conversation with your partner about wanting to have a healthy lifestyle together without being an asshole? I'm someone who thoroughly enjoys fitness, healthy food, and I also do love my sweets, but my partner couldn't be less interested in any of it. It's hard to stay motivated when the person you're living with doesn't want to eat healthy or do any type of physical activity. I know that I don't need them to be involved in order for me to do it, but it's just nice to have someone on your side and working along with you. Any suggestions?
Yeah. I love that this is called Give It To Me Straight because I feel like I can just give my
Yeah.
honest thoughts and
Yeah.
not butter it
Do
up.
it.
Look, this person said it perfectly at the end. It would be so nice to have someone doing this with me. It would be, but you might not. And you can't like force your partner to do exactly what you need to do. And like, you know, I might read a book on self-help that like changes my life, and like Max might not be interested. And like, I can't say you got to read this book because I just read this book. I think there's compromise, and you could say, you know, I'm really trying to like cook my meals at home, or I'm trying to go to the gym and it's nice to have an accountability buddy. And so could you commit to like Tuesday mornings, like I know you're going to come with me to Soul Cycle or whatever, or like, can we know that Sunday nights we're going to cook dinner? So yes, I think compromise is healthy, but I do think it's unfair for the partner to be like, they might like love the way that they do their thing and it works for them. And like, obviously they bring value to the relationship in other ways. And like, you just can't make them be on this new swing you're on just because it would be nice for you. You know?
I feel like I'm listening to Alex answer a question. That's exactly how you would answer that question.
I know. I love it too, because I'm just like, oh my God, I'm saving my voice here. This is kind of, but I agree with you. And in like a more fun, I guess, like analogy, it's like when your husband doesn't want to watch a show that you're into, but then like, because you watch it so much, they kind of, you know, over your shoulder, slowly start to get into it and then get it. And not saying that that will exactly happen, but I think at the end of the day, like you have to do what you want to do without the expectation that your partner is just going to be on board 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
John, any notes?
No, I think that's like anything though, because over time you're going to change a little bit. Views are going to be different, and that's always going to be a point of contention where like you're either going to have to meet halfway, or I mean, what happens if you don't? What, then you just have to get over it?
You know, like I feel like Max and I, like the next thing I want us to like tackle together is like phone boundaries, because like I feel like his relationship with his phone is different than mine, and like I would love for us to be like no phones in the bedroom, and like we don't have phones on after 7 p.m. Like he just doesn't want that life, and like I can't force him. Like he enjoys his decompression time on social media at night, and whereas for me it's a negative thing. I want it to be blocked out, but like I have to accept that, you know, if we watch our show together, or last night, you know, we were reading together, like you have to compromise. And you guys were talking about this on my show, Real Pod, but like there's in marriage, you just have to communicate, and then you have to like, you know, you checked in with her. You're like, Alex, do you need anything, or can I go play Call of Duty? So I think, you know, I get it. This person would love to be on the exact same plan as their life partner, but like you're just not going to be. So you got to meet in the middle and then figure out how to self-soothe and be able to do it by yourself. Yeah. Which is hard. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's just being supportive of each other either way, no matter like what that timeline looks like. Yeah.
Totally. As long as they're supporting you verbally and like emotionally, they might not need to do it physically.
Victoria, you have created such an amazing platform to talk to be open about not just like mental health, but body image issues, body positivity. And I just want to applaud you for all the work that you do. You connect with so many women, and you are just such a great role model in this space.
Thank you.
Well said, Alex.
Keep it going.
Thank you.
I like love learning more about you, love seeing everything that you're created, but like you've been such a joy to have on our show and so informative. Again, thank you for speaking on my behalf, because I feel like I was like able to sit back today.
I'm glad that we would have similar mindsets. So I'll take that as a compliment. And thank you guys. I like loved getting to hang with you today. For all of their fans listening, they're so cute and cool in real life. And like you can tell they're soulmates. Like I'm sure you guys feel that way because you watch them. Me looking at the camera now. I broke the third wall.
It's okay. I do it all the time.
They're the real deal IRL.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Do we want to do like plugging?
Oh yeah. Like where can people find you?
Yeah. Well, they should complete our little loop and listen to your episode on Real Pod. It's just Real Pod wherever you get your pods. And then I'm on Instagram and TikTok, Victoria Garrick Browne. So come hang out.
Also nonprofit.
Yeah, and the Hidden Opponent nonprofit we talked about in the beginning. If you are a student athlete or you have kids, check us out. Join our community to make a difference.
Yay. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.